Even though most college coaches will tell you they prefer athletes who play more than one sport in high school, there does seem to be a decline in that practice, except at smaller schools, partially out of necessity, partially out of a stronger sense of loyalty to fellow students and their communities. And the lone Coldwater Cavalier to make this list, all by herself among the Cavs greats, is fitting because in distance races and cross country, she was usually also all by herself, well ahead of the second, including number 11, a Panther, a Bobcat, a Lion, a ferocious cat on the gridiron, but a gentle lamb off of it. Of course, the Titans would go on to finally beat Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's in the regional final and take home that elusive state title, the first in OG's illustrious history. As for the Dieblers, Father Keith would move on to Upper Sandusky that next season. Jake would play at Valparaiso, and John, well, no one has ever scored more points in Ohio high school boys basketball history than John Diebler. Johnny Carson, who helped shape late-night TV and defined pop culture for decades, passed away just a few days prior to this contest. But you didn't have to have the powers of the great Carmack to see why this game had been highlighted statewide all season long. 207 years ago today, Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin in Hardin County, Kentucky. While Lincoln would go on to greater fame as president, he was also a noted wrestler in his youth and would occasionally roughhouse with his sons in the White House while he was president. Lincoln, just one of many of our chief executives with an athletic background. Division III now, and with a 24-3-1 record, the Anna Rocket pitching staff has been A-OK this season with 3 starters, Alex Brinkman, Mitch Lindsay, and Drew Boyd, all undefeated with at least 5 wins and all with ERAs under 1.71 runs a game. But they'll be tested in today's regional semifinal against Marion Pleasant. The Spartans' offense has been anything but Spartan, scoring over 8 runs a game while batting .310 as a team for this season. Rockets top of the 4th. Pleasant has cut the lead to 3. 2 on for Kane Luthman. Big Daddy Kane ain't half-stepping no more. Another home run for the senior outfielder. That is 2 home runs in the last 2 games. He would add a 3rd home run later in this contest. The Coldwater Cavalier baseball team has been dominant so far this postseason. Cavs won their sectional final 11-0 over Jefferson and then shut out Liberty Benton 18-0 in Thursday's district final or semifinal. Today, the Coldwater Cavaliers taking on Elmwood. Royals coming off a win over Ottawa Glandorf, scoring 2 in the bottom of the 10th to earn their spot in the district final. This game pushed back 4 hours to get the field ready after this morning's rain. Jack Hemmelgarn starting on the mound for Coldwater, top the first 2 out. Man on first, Tate Lentz, fly ball to left. Petey Post plays Colonel Jessup. You want me on that wall, you need me on that wall. Saves the home run. We're scoreless. When Brady Laudick, big Robert Frost fan I understand, picks the road less traveled, and for Austin Swift that makes all the difference. It's a 5-run lead for Kalani. They weren't done yet. Trent Girding, a chopper, gets under the third baseman's glove. Brady Laudick has promises to keep and miles to go before he sleeps, but he gets a little bit closer with that run as Kalida wins 12-3. They are the outright Putnam County League champion. Lima senior, track foe Whitmer, who the Spartans beat twice this year, but 3 weeks ago, Panthers gave Lima senior quite the battle, leading into the second half before the track champs put them away in the 4th quarter, securing the league title. Prior to tonight's game, Xavier Simpson named the district player. X kept under wraps, but down 2, drives, ties the game at 45. 90 seconds to go, still a tie ball game. Simpson drives, scoop, and score. Lima senior up 49-47. 10 seconds later, Whitmer inbounding. DeMonte Lyles, he said, call me primetime. When you make primetime plays like that, that's what we'll do. Lyles the steal. Ruben Flowers hits a pair of free throws, and then Lyles comes up with another steal, and Lima Senior makes their free throws in the final 80 seconds, and they win by a final score of 54-47. Jalen Thomas, 15 points. X had 10. A team victory for Lima Senior as they are moving on. It is the week of the game, but before Ohio State can really take on Michigan, first, I need to put Michigan State in the rear view mirror. Welcome inside Buckeye Insider. Alongside Mike Miller, I'm Mark Kuntz. As Ohio State coming off their first loss since the beginning of the 2014 season, week 2 of 2014, as they lost to Michigan State 17-14 last Saturday. And Mike, we talked about it last Sunday on Buckeye Insider, and it's still the big topic of the day. Ezekiel Elliott's comments following the game when he said he felt he deserved more than the 12 carries, more than just 2 carries in the second half. You, at that time, said you didn't think it was a big deal. Do you still not think it was a big deal? Ohio State traveled to Ann Arbor with first-year head coach Jim Harbaugh, and unlike Lloyd Carr, unlike Bo Schembechler, unlike Brady Hoke, Jim Harbaugh lost his first meeting with Ohio State as the Buckeyes picked up the victory. Welcome to Buckeye Insider. On a very weird day in the Big Ten, Ohio State script went pretty much as planned, except an understudy took the starring role. Welcome to Buckeye Insider. Leading into the game at Indiana, all the talk was about Ohio State's black uniforms in 2 weeks against Penn State. It's the Hoosiers who nearly gave the Buckeyes a black eye. Welcome inside Buckeye Insider.